Hey there, welcome back to the table. So you might see some small changes here. First of all, you may notice that the doors are gone. So I was reading some more Board Game Geek last night, and I agree with a lot of folks. Doors they really don't mean anything in this game. They're just there for aesthetics. So I don't fault Roger for having them. I don't fault him for providing them to us. But they really clutter up the board. I mean, now if you look at the board, with all the doors being missing, you can clearly see where the monsters are, and you can clearly see where the heroes are, right? And then you'll see that I left the bases behind. So the black bases, like here's a good spot to look at. So there's still a door here and here. These are unexplored chambers. And so I left the base there to show that a door belongs there. We just didn't put the door there. So it's a brilliant idea. I actually like the way it looks tremendously compared to the other way. Now you may also notice something else that's a little odd, and that's the coins. So I happen to have this coin set, and I think I got this from the guy who does like viticulture or something like that, because you can see these are the viticulture coins, I think. So I have 3 sets of, or it's a coin set I have that basically it has the penny, you know, the single lira to 2, and then the other one's like a 5. The value on it doesn't matter. There's the 5. The value on it doesn't matter, but what we have is we have 3 levels of quests, right? We have level 1, level 2, level 3. So what I did was, for example, we actually have, you know, one of those red bases there, right? That was part of the level 1 quest. So I'm using the little penny to show that this room or this chamber is part of the level 1 quest line. And then for the level 2 quest line, you can see the silver ones are there. So when we're ready to do the level 2 quest, these are the rooms we have to go into. And of course, we still have the quest card we can look at. And then way back there is the spider's lair. So you can see those are the level 1 quests. Now, the level 1 quests are complete, as you know, so we don't need to go into them, but I still keep the coins on there because we don't need to go into them. So there's no point, right? Maybe if we want to get some focus points, it's still worth knowing because that's where the level 1 monsters are going to be, right? Because the level 1 monsters got shuffled into the level 1 quests. So it's still very valuable information. And then these big coins are the level 3 quests. So you can see what rooms are seated for level 3. So I really like this system. These coins, they're fairly thin. They do fit really well into the base. I think if you pushed really hard, you could probably break a base. So I'm not sure you should clamor out to buy these. Somebody, you know, was using, you know, because that's a 3, right? So you could put those in the base and say that that's a level 3 quest. I mean, you can, you know, whatever you can come up with to, heck, you could probably even take these. This is a quest item, and you can probably write 3 on there. Or another idea that I had is that the game, when you punch the pieces, you get a bunch of extra of these. And so you can just take a marker and write on those, and then we can put those in. And in fact, that's actually maybe even a better idea than using the coins. So we can do a 1, 2, or 3. I just got to get a marker and do all that nonsense. So anyways, that's one thing. The second thing is, 1 second. Okay, and so the other thing, this is a little bit of a rule correction for us, is I've been informed that when you're in warfare, and Roger confirmed this for me. Remember when we randomize these, and let's say you're fighting to the death and you do more than 1 round, you're supposed to randomize these every single round. I know the rules say what they say. I can tell you that I absolutely despise that rule. Not because there's anything thematically wrong with it. It's just that this game is such a long game. I mean, I've poured hours and hours into recording this game, And to be quite honest, this is going to add hours and hours more. And I know it sounds silly, but it does. I mean, if you do 6 rounds of this, I mean, every time we go into combat, I'm rolling this die, or let's say you're picking them up and then you're having to, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I mean, that adds time to resolving combat, and I don't like it at all. So it's not that I hate the spirit of the rule, I just don't like how much time it's adding. And I even posted on Board Game Geek a variant on how to speed up the minion phase, because I don't like the minion phase either. But it's not that I don't like the mechanics, I just don't like the time. It feels like a chore. But anyways, what I have here is, this wasn't available on iOS for the longest time, but we have the app. And so we might start using this, and it looks way more fingerprinted than it does in real life. So when you're looking at it through a camera, it's picking up all the stuff. But I can just turn the sound down, no need for the sound. But basically, let's say you're doing a combat that has bow, magic, and mace, right? So you put all 3 in, and you just say randomize. Boom. It does it for you. I wish it didn't take so long, but I mean, I understand the graphic, it's feeling thematic. And heck, they'll even roll the dice for you. So, I mean, if anything, I recommend using the app just for this part, because it randomizes it for you. And if you want to still roll your own dice, by all means, just roll your own dice. You don't have to use the app for everything, but if you want to roll the dice, boom, there's the dice roll, and we can resolve our combat. Boom, boom, boom. So that's up to you, like how you want to do it. And so let's say we move on to the next round, and boom, it's reshuffling, and look at that, we got another combat round already done. Obviously, we have to assign damage and stuff. And then, you're done. You hit reset. It goes back to the beginning. You pick your next 3, and off you go. Okay? So it's a very simple app. Thank you, Roger. This was, I appreciate it, actually. It's consuming more table space to do, and I can lay it flat, I guess. The problem I have is, how do I look at it with the camera? I mean, I guess we could do it that way. I mean, this is the same area we've been rolling our dice, so we could do it, and then of course the camera can sit right over top of it. It's not that big of a deal. I am going to be burning the battery on this device, so that part's not as desirable, but I'd have to figure out how to maybe run another charger over here. But anyways, that's it in a nutshell. I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably use the app to do the randomization for me, and then just do that off camera, and then just tell you what the results are. That's probably what I'll do. Okay. 8 minutes is not bad for a Jeff rant or sidetrack. Somebody else had mentioned that you have to reseed the dungeon during Celebration Day. I did not get any impression in the rulebook that I'm reseeding the dungeon. And now, you have to reseed the treasure chest, you have to reseed the traps, like that stuff, yes. But these chambers that we cleared out up here, you see how those chambers are empty? They don't get refilled up with other stuff. If somebody disagrees, please let me know, because we're getting very close to doing Celebration Day, of course. My impression is that we don't do any of that nonsense. And the reason somebody brought it up is because I emptied a chamber because, for example, right here, I knew this quest was already completed, so I was emptying the chamber. Well, I put everything back in because he gave me the impression that we reseed the dungeon and that you want to keep that stuff in there because that's one of the spots you don't need to reseed. Like I said, I read the rule book. I don't see anywhere where I have to reseed the dungeon during Celebration Day. Things like I said, the traps and the treasure chests, those get reseeded. We even create a new encounter deck. I saw that as well, but that's it. I didn't see anything else. Okay, so we are now green and in the upkeep phase. So for the first time in a long, long time, nope, that's not the one. I'm looking at the wrong card. We process any afflictions. Nope. We don't have a lit torch. I don't think I had anything channeled, but even if we did, they're unchanneled now. We're going to place our initiative tokens, which is what we always do, and then place a red token on a teleport track if all quests for the current quest table have been completed, and the outer globe is green. That's all I was trying to pull up. And yes, the outer globe is green. So maybe get a better angle here for you. This is the outer globe. It is turned to green when all 3 of these quests were completed, which they were. So we take a beautiful red marker and roll that beautiful bean footage, and it goes on the 3. So now the way the rules are written is on next turn, it'll look like this. But you know me, I always get more efficient. I'm just going to slide it down. But anyways, we are in the process of getting to the point where we teleport. And that will happen 3 turns. So we do need to continue to take turns. So what do we do during this time? Well, we can try to go after the level 2 stuff, which there's no harm in doing. Other than we did get party wiped that one time and had to retcon. The other thing we can do is mine, which I am poised to do. As you can see, 3 of the 4 mines are exhausted, so I'm going to have to, do something different there. But let's figure some stuff out here. I'm going to make the knight go first, and then I'm going to have the archer go second, and then the paladin. Ooh. Yeah, the paladin will go third, and then the wizard will be fourth, the rogue will be fifth, and the cleric will be last. All right. Also for giggles, because I got angry about that one chest that made us get lost in time and space. I would still be lost in time and space, so I just do it for fun. Oh, sorry. Okay, barking is over. Let's move on with the game. We placed our 6 tiles. We moved the teleport track. So let's do the encounter. Heroes hear a low hissing noise, drawing them closer to them, a very cold, chilling air. The hero's movement is reduced by 2 while this environment is in effect. Oh, that one would have hurt. We don't have any minions. Oh, we do have 1 minion raiding right now, so that does hurt. Okay. So the minion that's raiding is the spider there. Yeah, we definitely have to do something about that. So, oh, the last thing I wanted to mention, as far as just basic, these I've broken 2 of them so far. And then the other thing is that they're warping the board. Just having these on is warping the board. I mean, they lay flat, nice and flat, when you don't have these on there. So I think I'm going to try to move back to the poker chips, just because it's getting a little annoying to use those. But okay, I forgot about that minion that's running for the exit. So I'm going to have to figure something out with that. But with that said, let's go ahead and start, because we skipped the guardian phase and we got 2 less movement points. So let's figure something out. All right. The minion that's running can get hit with the dagger, the bow, or the sword. So I'm thinking that the paladin really could do some nice damage to him, but I needed the paladin to move quite a bit across the map. I also wanted the knight, because the knight actually has the pickaxe. I wanted the knight to go mine, so I was going to maybe not have him join the party for entering this mystery chamber. And I think that's probably going to be okay, because 2 heroes should be enough. One of those heroes is level 2. All right, so let's play this out. I made the knight go first. That was the issue in this. The knight is actually closer to the to that spider. So I probably should have made the paladin go first, because my idea is if I can't catch it with the paladin, then I need to catch it with the knight. So that's where my mental hang-up is. So I know this is breaking the rules because we set the order before this phase started, but I didn't think this through. I'm going to actually have the paladin go first and the knight will go third. And the environment only changes things because I moved 2 less spaces, but I would have done this either way because that paladin has a long way to go. So we're going to do 2 movement, and obviously after the 2 movement we gotta we can always attack. So I had really healthy roll here. Usually I don't roll that well, so I rolled 2 4s, and the paladin gets +2 for each move. So that's 4, 8, that's 12 movement points that I'm going to get on this. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But because of the environment effect, our movement was reduced by 2. And is it... I'm going to say it got reduced by 2 again, right? It says your movement is reduced by 2. So since we use 2 actions to do movement, basically it cancels our little +2 modifier. So I would have to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 essence to get there. And fortunately, I do have enough. I have 10 essence, and he doesn't have any skills yet, so spending 5 essence is not a big deal. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend the 5 essence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I made it. And I'm going to get 1 attack in on this guy. And so let's do an attack. And we're using the, let's use the app. So the spider is dagger, bow, and sword. We're going to randomize. And then let's have it even roll the dice for us. Oh, we have 2 weapons. We are for sure attacking with the sword, and that's going to be the one that does the 2 damage. And then with the other one, we're going to do the bow. We're defending this one. So I think, yeah, there we go. We can show what we're doing, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and roll. All right, so we got a 13 for blue, and you can see I needed a 10, and his modifier is 0. So we actually did a damage. We killed him right in the blue phase. If we would have moved to the dagger phase, we actually would have taken a hit because he actually has a -3 to the dagger, and then he had an 8 for the sword, and he gets a +6 to that. So he for sure would have killed in the sword phase, but we killed him in the bow phase with this nice roll here. So we were able to get the spider. He only had 1 health. And what I wish Roger would do, Roger actually watched a few of my videos, but I don't think he's watching the whole playthrough. But what I wish he would do is he needs to add a spot where we can just do like a D20 roll. That would be awesome. But I know people like to roll their own dice. And so let's do that. We need a perfect 20. And we didn't get it, although we can at least see it. So there you go. The Shadow Dweller was stopped from escaping. I did have to spend 5 essence to do so, but that's okay. And the changing of the turn order didn't really matter. However, what I wanted to do is I wanted to be guaranteed that my my knight can go mine. So I wanted to run towards the mine with the knight and not have to worry about whether or not that spider was still alive. The other thing I'm considering is that the knight has that essence ability where he can protect people. And so when I take him out of the party to go into this mystery chamber with the level 2 monster, I could get rocked pretty hard because I don't have anybody protected anymore. Because then that protection skill, you know, you could use it over and over again and he has an ochre juice, which will restore his essence to full power. So I'm just bringing these things up because I am second guessing on whether or not the knight should be involved. And what I could do is give it to like the mage or the rogue and let them go mine. I didn't think about that. The mage has some pretty awesome abilities now. Yeah, we're gonna stick with our original plan. So player 2 is the archer, and this is the 3-sided die. She's gonna mine. So we're gonna get to draw 1 card, and we got a Zoltan, and then there we get to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. We finally got a nice gem. An Iolite. And that's her 2 actions. So she's done. And then we need to move on to... now we move to the soldier, or the knight. So like I said, I could hand the pickaxe off to somebody else and use his protection ability to block. And then maybe let the mage go do the mining instead. But I'm just gonna. He also has a torch, so we're gonna light the torch. And here's what I don't like: the torch doesn't say what it does. So I gotta look that up. I think the torch gives +2 movement, if I remember. It's in the beginning of the rule book. I know exactly where to go. It's a little annoying. I gotta go find it. But here, I'll pause for you. Okay, a torch gives you +2 to your movement. And then, of course, during the upkeep phase, we have to roll now to see if it ever goes out. So that'll cancel the lost movement that we're getting because of the event. And so I rolled a 1 and a 5. And the torch gives +2. The event takes away 2. So those cancel each other out. So we get +2, sorry, +4. So 6 + 4 is 10. We're going to get 10 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're working our way over to the mining site, and that's his whole turn. Then we go to 4, which is the mage, and I will make that the rogue instead. I did the player order wrong again, because the rogue is going to spend an essence to make the mage part of her party. The mage actually has a spell, so we don't want to spend essence with the mage. So I don't need to roll. Well, I guess I do with the -2 movement. So for the rogue, I got a 4, and for the mage, I got a 5. We're in great shape. So what they're doing is they're both going 1, 2. We're going into the chamber, and yes, we have to face this level 2 monster. And this time, this is our 3rd time trying this. This is where the mage died last time. Let's see if we can take this thing down. So it's a Blackhand Thurifer. And let's do this again. I thought it was nice and quick. So we need this, this, and this, which is good. The bow, the rogue is sort of good at the bow, but the mage is definitely good there. So let's figure this out. The rogue will for sure attack with the bow, and is going to get a +3 to the bow skill. The rogue gets a -3. Let's randomize them. So the rogue is for sure doing the bow. The rogue gets a -3 to this one. This one for sure is going to be the mage. And then the mage for the scepter is a +1. So the mage will attack this phase with its other weapon. Both of the mage weapons do +1 damage. So obviously the one that gives a bonus to this skill will be the one used there. It's not a real strong brain burner there on what to do. The rogue of course, gets +2 damage. With its attack. And is there anything else I need to know about this battle? Nope. So let's go ahead and see how we do. Okay, starting here, we get a 13, and you can see we needed an 11, so we already did well. The mage gets a +1, so we did 1 hit out of 4. So there's 3 left to go. I'm not going to bother getting the token unless this round ends. And then for the bow phase, we got a 16, and you can see we're doing very strong in the bow phase as well. And so that did 2 damage, so he's at 3 out of 4 damage. And then for the magic phase, that's a 14, and that already hits there, and he gets +2, +4, +7. So we obliterated this thing. So we didn't need the knight at all. We did our 4 damage. There's no special bonus anymore for, the racial type. So we're gonna roll our die and see if we get to 2 life force points. So let me grab that real quick. And I do like this app. I think we just resolved combat a lot quicker using it. Okay, so let's roll the d20. I rolled an 11. That's a healthy number. Not enough for loot, but enough for $100. So I'll take it. Level 2 champion is done. We're gonna get $100, and I'll give that to the rogue. And the most important thing, well, not most important, but an important thing, is this level 2 monster. If you recall, our quest, we need to slay 4 level 2 monsters. So we got 2 of the 4 for this particular quest. And yeah, look, I got a whole stack of stuff. I don't know how people do it with their table space. I really don't. I know people have been posting pictures, and it is insanity. So, okay. Now, the next thing is we're in a mystery chamber. So we got to resolve that mystery chamber, and I don't even remember what the rules are. So let me hit pause so I can refresh myself. I mean, I know the mystery chamber is we're going to probably draw from this cup, right? But I need to make sure that it's that simple, and give me a second, and I'll be back. Okay, so it is exactly as I thought. The mystery chamber is just a bunch of random things that can happen to us. We could end up in another combat. So we just shuffle and we draw one. The one thing it wasn't clear about is it an action to go into a mystery chamber? And I don't think it is. I think the mystery chamber is like what you get, because like we just entered the chamber, we fought the monster, and now we're going to discover what's in the mystery. That part's the little odd part. Like, was I supposed to have a monster token and a mystery chamber together? According to the setup, I was. So, because the mystery chamber is not always a monster. All right, so here we go. And it's 700 gold. Okay, so it's just a straight up loot. I will take that. That mystery chamber was awesome. And just so you know, there's empty chambers. I mean, I'm peeking into the bag. There's a potential that we would have had to face a level 3 monster, which would have been bad. There's a level 4 monster in here. So just be warned. There's some really bad stuff in here. There's crates. There's 1,200 gold. And then there's getting teleported around the dungeon. So I probably was a little too loosey-goosey at this. But we do get $700, and I will take it. I didn't even realize it had level 4 monsters. And again, I'm going to give all that to the rogue for now. All right, so the mystery chamber thing, this does get reseeded. Or no, I'm sorry, it doesn't. But it'll go into a pile where, because it's a master token is what I was trying to say. Okay. What's next? Those 2 went. Technically, that was just one action as a party, right? So to do a mystery chamber was not an extra action. So technically the party still has one more action. And so we could try, we went into this chamber, so this door is done. There's a room here that has nothing in it. I don't know if that was intentional or, oh, you know what? Oh, that level 2 monster that was here got pushed up there by the camera. Because look at the other mystery chamber room. The mystery chamber is the room. See, I was getting it wrong. So this mystery chamber is the room. And so when you go in, you just encounter the mystery chamber. So when we defeated a level 2 monster, we defeated the one that was in this room. Because look, this room's empty. And it still has the door. So what I'm going to do is, we had 2 actions. Like we had another action. Well, the second action is, so the first action is we went into the mystery chamber. And the second one is we moved into this room and cleared out that monster. So technically everything we just did is legit. The only thing that would have been wonky is if I didn't roll enough movement points or something to be able to do that. And that would have happened. I rolled a 1 with one of them. Although the rogue gets +4 movement and would only had 2 movement canceled. So 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I wouldn't have made it. But I'm not retconning this, so we're just going to live with it. If we didn't have this environment thing, we would have been fine. But anyways, everything, the things we did, we resolved the mystery chamber and this. That was 2 actions, and my apologies. Logistically, I played that wrong because the tile pushed into that other room. That explains why I was so confused. Okay, number 5. Not to say I'm normally not confused. Number 5. Oh, already done. So now we're on to number 6, the cleric. So what's the cleric going to do? I honestly don't know. Cleric is sitting right here. This trap is in the way if she wants to just start walking this way. I think maybe we can start making our way up to to opening that treasure that's up there, even though there's minions up there right now. It's going to take me a while to get up there. So yeah, we'll do a move. Oh, that's a good move. That's 10. And then the +2s get canceled because of the event. So Cleric's going to move 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So that brings us to the end of the hero phase. And we go to the minions now. And there's only 4 of them. So we're going to have to spawn one. And so this one is going on the 7. Which is down here. And put it like so. All right. So starting with the Cultist of Zool. Those are the 3. All right, we're fine there. This is 4 plus 2. Cultist of Zool is way up here in the corner. And come on, Minty. My dog is sitting on my cord, so I couldn't get the camera up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the very next move is going to go into there. Okay, next is the orc. We're good. This is a 6 plus 2 is 8. And the orc is going this way. 1, 2, and then it's orange. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Next is the snake. Fine. 6 plus 4 is 10 with the orange. Where is the snake? We forgot to do stuff with the dog again, but that's okay. Oh, the snake is way up here in the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Boy, that corner of the board is so hard for me to reach. Okay. Next is the Goblin Footman. So we got a pink, a 3 plus 3 is 9, 6. 3 plus 3 is 9, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's the Goblin Footman. And then last but not least is the Wraith that just spawned in. And it's a 3 plus 3. So it's a 6 on orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that went a little quicker. Having the pointers does help. Okay, brings us to the end of the round. So even with my rules and all this other stuff, that was only 36 minutes, so we're good. We go to the next upkeep phase, and as you know, we're moving down in the countdown, so we go to 2. Basically, we're going to do this turn and next turn, and then it's going to be celebration day. So we got to put out our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I want the rogue and the mage to be a party still. So I'm going to make them 1 and 2, with the rogue being 1 because I want her to use her essence. And then everybody else, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't think it matters. So I'm just randomly putting them out. So we're going to start with the rogue here. Okay, so she's going to rally a party, which is going to cost another essence. She's down to 9. And the mage, of course, is going to join her. And both of them need... Oh, hold on. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Let's do the encounter. Event. Heroes have discovered a safe and secluded area for them to bandage their wounds and plot their next move. They rest for a few moments on the steps and discuss the statues that appear to be guarding this chamber's door. Each hero recovers 2 health and 2 essence. All right. I would have liked to have gotten rid of the environment thing, but that is a pretty good event. So I will take the 2 health and 2 essence. And of course, this has taken me a while to do. So let me pause. Okay, that's been done. Every single person needed to heal at least 2 or get 2 essence. I think the knight was the only one that wasn't damaged all the way or something. So it was pretty crazy. They were all pretty beat up so far. But yes, we made a party, and so we're going to just try to clear that room with the crate there. So I forgot to say, but this one will be the mage. That'll be the rogue. So the rogue gets +4 movement. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, because 2 of that gets cut off because of the environment. So was able to move 6, but had to take 2 away, is what I'm trying to say. Then the mage, of course, is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then gets a +2, which gets canceled. So the mage has to sit back, and then I'm going to roll again, and for the second action, we're able to get into the room, is what that's ultimately what I was trying to get at. It's going to take me 2 actions just to move those few spaces because of this dang environment thing. That environment thing would have been awful earlier in the game because, as you can tell, it's still in effect. All these environment things are awful. So let's see what we run into. An empty chamber. So all that was for nothing, but I will take it. And then, of course, the crate is going to get opened. So let me find the crate. Oh, and anytime you draw a mystery chamber or a crate, it goes back in. So 300 gold, we'll take it. So that's 300 more. Very happy about that. Let's take 1,000. Put 700 back. Okay. So that's 2 of our heroes. Number 3 is the archer. And she's going to keep mining. So we're going to get 1 card. Here we go. We're finally getting some progress. And here's the next one. We're going to get 3 cards. 1, 2. There we go. 3. Now we're rolling into Moolah. Okay, then we go to 4, which is the cleric. Cleric is going to move. And so we're just going to get the face value there of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In case they start coming towards us, I'll do 8 over there. Okay. Next is the paladin. Well, actually, I don't want to go into a room by myself with the paladin, so I honestly don't know what to do with the paladin. So maybe we can, well, we could do the academy, but that doesn't necessarily do much for us because he can do that during celebration day. Maybe he needs to go help the cleric because the cleric has 3 minions over there and it doesn't look like those minions are leaving the area. So yeah, we'll do a move. So a 9 is really good considering we have a -2 penalty. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, coming back. And then last is the knight. I forgot to roll for the torch, so let's do that. On a 1 or a 2, the torch would have went out. So we're good to go there. And it was a 1d20, right? No, it's a 1d12. So I got to re-roll. On a 1 or a 2, it would have went out, but we're good. So now we're going to roll. This is a 6. So 7 plus 4 is 11 is his total movement because the torch cancels the environment thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 was the most movement I would have gotten out of one of the dice, so I definitely needed to do both. And I am going to get a mining action in. There we go. So we're going to get 3 pebbles of dirt. Pebbles of dirt. There we go, an amethyst. That's a good one. The 2 pebbles of dirt are not, but they're at least out of the game. They won't go back in. That's it for the heroes. So now we move to the monsters. Nobody new spawns. We're going to start with the priestess. All right, so she's moving 4 and blue. So 1, and then she's turning right back around 2, 3, 4. So they're guarding that treasure chest. That's the thematic thing I'm going to take away from it. Then the orc, who made his way up to them, is moving 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. All right, then the snake. That's a 6 plus 4, that's 10 movement. And he's doing green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the snake at least left the area. And then the footman is a 1 plus 3 is 4, and then green. 1, 2, 3. I don't know where green goes. Oh, right here, 4. The green foot is along the purple path. And then the wraith, that's a 6 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the wraith turns into a raid because it saw the knight. So I think it sees the knight right here. So it's going to move 1 space this way anyways because it needs to get over to here. So it's going to go up and over. Okay, so that went into raid mode because he patrolled up and saw us. Now here's the interesting question. Do we even care? Because there's only one more turn that's left. And then we have Celebration Day. And when Celebration Day happens, they get wiped. So he's going to get 1 turn, right? Because we only have 1 more turn left. And then he has to run to the exit this turn. At the beginning of the next turn, we teleport, because that happens during the upkeep phase. As soon as we teleport, all the minions get wiped. So we don't have to worry about any of them being in raid mode. Unless they somehow get like a whole magical number of movement points. All right, so we can move on to the final round. So as before, this is moving down. Like I said, we got 1 final turn. We got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I honestly don't know if partying up matters because I don't think the rogue and the mage can get anywhere with this -2 movement. But I'm going to make the rogue go first and the wizard second. And then I'm just going to follow my order on my table, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we draw an encounter that gets rid of this -2 movement, then we'll party up. Otherwise, we won't. All right. All the heroes feel a refreshing breeze. The air in the dungeon begins to sparkle and has a beautiful blue tint to it. Each hero rolls 1d6, and that health is restored. That's nice. So the wizard is full health. The rogue is full health. The archer only needs 1, so I'm not going to bother rolling. The paladin needs 1. I'm not going to bother rolling. The cleric needs 1. Not going to bother rolling. And the knight's full health. So I didn't have to roll. But a couple of them did have 1 ding. It's the essence I'm low on some of these guys. So we'll see. When we get back to town, I may have to still pay 100 gold to restore the essence. Okay, so rogue goes first. Then the mage. We can do the academy when we're in town. So I'm not in a rush to do the academy. What I wanted to do, of course, was wanted to beat back some monsters so we can get some more life force points. We have been working quite well towards that. We did a mystery room. So need to enter into a mystery chamber. So we did that. So we're actually going to get 500 gold for this too. So that is completed as well. I think the rogue and the wizard are going to pass for now. I mean, this is our final turn. There's just nothing to do. These are level 3 monsters. I don't want to take on a level 3. This is the closest level 2 down here. And we would have to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movement. I mean, I guess we could try. Why not try? So I rolled a 6 for both of them. So sure, I'm partying up. The rogue's going to spend 1 in essence. This is down to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The rogue made it in. So then the wizard just needs to roll more than a 1, which he did. So the wizard makes it in. So yeah, we actually made it in to here, which is a level 2 quest item. I think this is for looking for, what are we looking for? Find pieces to, I think, the chalice. So yeah, why not? Let's do it. So here we go. It's an empty chamber. I was actually hoping it was a level 2, but that's all right. We'll take it. And it's an empty quest item. So no big deal. We cleared it. I'll take the coin away. Put this away. And that's just one less chamber we have to do next time. You know, now that I'm seeing how we're clearing out this dungeon, and we're actually getting some of the level 2 quests done before we're even done with the level 1, you know, framework. The fact that I had 2 heroes die, and that would have put me up to 8 threat for the town, I think we might have been able to be okay. I was getting really worried, and maybe I still have a reason to be worried. It's just, I'm starting to think that we might have been okay, but I'm okay with the retcon because it was a learning game. But anyways, still having fun. I just think some of these phases are cumbersome, but we're done with them. 3. Who's our third guy? 1, 2, that's right. Third is the archer. So we're going to ignore the guy who's running for the village because we know he's going to die. So we're going to just keep mining. So we got a 3. We're going to get the exhausted soon, but we got an awesome one there. 2 and 3. We're getting some great gems now. And I get to mine again. This time it was just a 1. Another ruby stone. Perfect. All right, then we go to 4, the paladin. I don't think we care that these monsters are going to see us. The snake does have a lot of bonus movement, so we're going to try to avoid the snake. But I'm going to move with the paladin, and that's all he gets because of the event. So it's a 5. We could try to go through this trap, but we'll alarm the snake. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's not going to make it. And then we go to the cleric. I don't think she's going to make it either. We get an 8 with the cleric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The treasure chest is just around the corner, but it's not enough. So we didn't make it. And then as far as the torch goes, I don't even care if it goes out. I rolled the wrong die again. It didn't go out. I'm not even moving. We're going to roll for mining. So we're going to get 1 item. This mine is producing all kinds of awesome stuff. There it is. We just exhausted all 4 mines. And that wraps up our turn. I'm going to go ahead and roll for the minion that was in rage mode. It rolled a 1. It has a million spaces it needs to go. I'm not even going to bother doing the patrol. None of them are going to make it out of the dungeon. It's not like some of those situations where they were really close to the dungeon and they went into raid mode and then left. So that's going to save us some time. So we're at the end. And I'm going to go ahead and do Celebration Day in the next video. And thank you for watching. And as always, stay awesome and stay healthy and safe. We just officially finished quest level 1. Because, yeah, in the upkeep phase, all that happens is that thing moves and boom, we're off to Celebration Day. All right, thank you.